Welcome back to the channel, fellow adventurers. If you're new here, we do EDC gear and knife review videos. If you like that kind of content, subscribe to the channel. All right, just a quick reminder, channel memberships are available. All right, let's look at what we have in front of us on the table. We have a fixed blade knife that comes in from Off Grid Knives. This is the Sidekick, the Sidekick EDC. Now, this is bigger than some of your smaller EDC knives and way thicker on the handle. This is a G10 handle on that. This is a drop point blade. Blade steel is 14C28N. And you've got some great jimping right along the top of the handle, along the top of the blade. That is really aggressive and grabs really well. You've got some nice swedging up here. You've got the Off Grid Knives logo right there. The scales are easily removed, so that way you can clean this with the greatest of ease. Now, this is a tumbled titanium nitride finish. Blade color is gray. And right there it says 14C28N. And look at that, it's a full 4-finger grip right there. Great place to choke up. Look at that, ergos are really great. Now, let's just kind of go over some of the specs on this. Okay, the blade comes in at 3.5 inches. The handle length is 4.25 inches. The blade, and I should say the handle and sheath, are in a coyote tan. It's a Kydex sheath, which is really cool. That has a belt clip on it. And the weight on this without the sheath comes in at 5.1 ounces. So considering the size of the blade and the thickness of the handle, that's actually really good. This is going to be a great hard use knife. Even though they call it an EDC knife, I think you can do some bushcrafting with this without a problem. These G10 handles are ultra grippy. That's not going to slip out of the hand. And if you're in a reverse grip, there's also jimping there, which is really cool. So check that out. You don't see that much on a lot of knives. And that's because they've prepared this for EDC use, hunting, camping, and self-defense if you needed to. So again, you get that reverse grip right there, and you've got that jimping. So you're not going to slip out. So just really cool. All right, so let's show you the sheath, show you what's kind of unique about it. It's got this belt clip that's built in. Now, me personally, I think the belt clip comes out a little bit far for my liking. They could have moved that in. But the nice feature about this is that you can rotate the belt clip. So you can carry it in a scout carry, in a traditional belt carry. You can even rotate it so you can carry it like at an angle in an appendix carry, which is really nice. So the Kydex sheath is versatile. And you do have standard position holes so that if you wanted to do a multi-clip or scout straps, you could, or if you want to do a tech lock. But the lockup on this is fantastic. I mean, that's not going anywhere. There's no movement, no play in there whatsoever. You've got this beautiful ramp right there for popping it out with your thumb. I mean, just fantastic. And it just holds in there really well. So let's give you kind of an idea of the size compared to some other fixed blades. We're going to compare it against the Mora Companion. So it's a little smaller than the Mora, but it's a 1-inch tall blade, which is a little bit more substantial. Now, it's not a Scandi grind, and it's a slight recurve on there. So sharpening it could be a little tricky, but not too bad. I think everybody can handle that. Another knife we'll put it up against is the Kubi Dust Devil, which is KC from Knives Fast. That's his design. And That to me is more of like an EDC size. This is kind of an in-between. It's an in-between a bushcraft and in between an EDC size. But let's show you, to me, what the highlight is. Look at the thickness of the handles in comparison. I mean, realistically, the Kubi is going to be much lighter weight, but if you look, the Kubi's total thickness is the same as one scale on here. So you're going to have a much better grip on this. And I think, like I said, that's why I think this could be used for bushcrafting and for hard use beside EDC. Where this is going to be great for your EDC, cutting open, cutting open boxes, cutting rope, opening letters. Fantastic design for that. And that's what it is designed for. This is much less of a self-defense knife. It's kind of small, but this is a perfect EDC knife, where this, I think, is an all-around knife. Again, use it for bushcrafting, use it for EDC. It's that in-between size that not a lot of knives check that box off. So let's get these out of the way for now. And like Off Grid does with everything, it's an overbuilt knife. This is this can take just about anything you're ever going to throw at it. And, this is also manufactured in Taiwan. And we know in recent history, knives coming out of Taiwan have been a little bit superior than the ones coming from China. That's why some of your non-American made Spydercos that are really good are usually the ones that come out of Taiwan. That kind of thing. So, like I said, Off Grid just did a great job with this. And I don't think you're going to find a better kind of mid-sized EDC fixed blade, unless you have something custom made for yourself. But I think off the shelf, and at the price point that these are, you can usually get these for around $59. So $59 for that is well worth it. And you've got that Off Grid guarantee on these. I mean, these are pretty much unquestionably warranted. If you somehow screw this up, Off Grid is going to take care of you. They've got that kind of customer service, which is second to none. All right, folks, that's what we've got on the Off Grid Sidekick. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like this content, subscribe to the channel. And as I always say, until we meet again, keep your blade sharp.